Hello and welcome to the HVAC Budget channel. Tonight I have the privilege to bring to you another multi-tool. This will be the Leatherman OHT or 0HT. This is going to be the out the front opening, similar to the Gerber that most of us are used to, the Gerber 400 or the Gerber MP600. But one thing I noticed with this particular multi-tool, the OHT, is that it is a very slick opening. It just seems to open a lot smoother than some of the other out the front, especially the Gerbers. I do not have any of those at this time, but I have owned several in the past. And if my memory serves me correctly, this definitely has a much smoother action and feels very smooth. All right. The other thing I wanted to mention about these pliers is I believe that these are unique to this tool. They're different than the other Leatherman pliers. You'll notice that they do have some similar characteristics to the rebar, but they still are shaped a little bit differently, especially right around here. You'll notice they have the nice replaceable cutters for the thick and the normal size strand. You can see they have that. At the bottom, you'll notice we are missing any wire crimpers, such as the rebar and the Leatherman 300 have. Instead, a lot of this tool is taken up with the action so that it has space for the pliers to retract and open as well. All right, so as we move down this tool, one of the things I did want to mention before I forget is this has the feature for a cleaning brush adapter, for a gun cleaning kit brush adapter to be screwed into these threads. So that's one of the options as well. All right, so let's work down this tool, and we find that this has several screwdrivers. So here is your flat edge. And again, I'm not sure that you can really see it. This is a little dirty. I haven't had a chance, taken the chance to clean it up yet, but they do have locking icons. You can sort of see right there if the camera will focus. And so most all these tools lock, I believe, except the emergency strap cutter or seatbelt cutter. All right, so we've got the Phillips on that side, or the straight edge on that side, the flat screwdriver rather. And then we have the Phillips on this side. Again, this is nice screwdriver there. Mid-size, I don't know that it is as long as the original rebar. I actually took my rebar off to swap it out for the bit driver, but you'll notice the Leatherman 300 has this Phillips driver, and it's a little bit, the OHT is a little bit smaller. So one of the things, the OHT, to fit more tools in, the tools have to be more compact. So you'll notice there's a long tool at the bottom, and then you have 4 smaller tools at the top. And even the long tools have to be fairly compact as well. All right, so you've got the flat edge, and you've got the Phillips. And the spring is it springs into place, and that is your lock rather, because it connects with a flat piece of the tool at the top. So keep that in mind. It's definitely a little bit different than some of the other Leatherman tools, how they lock. All right, so on this side, again, we have the can opener, and we do not have the wire stripper. It doesn't look like. This is a little bit different tool than we're used to of most of the Leathermans when they use this combination tool. So that's a little bit smaller tool, just the can opener, bottle opener. And then you will notice that we have, let's see, we've looked at that one, we've looked at that one, and then on this side we have a smaller screwdriver. And some people have complained that this tip breaks off. It may be a little fragile, but that's, you've got your more micro screwdriver on that side. All right, and then working down, we've got our seatbelt cutter and also our oxygen wrench. So that's a pretty neat feature. I don't believe that's on any other Leatherman. So that's a pretty neat feature right there. And then also you find you'll have your shorter wood saw and then on the other side, the knife. And this one, unfortunately, is a little bit chawed up, but it's a smaller knife blade as well. All right, so a couple of the good things that I like about this tool is it definitely feels solid. Definitely feels like a heavy-duty tool. You've got the nice plier head with the removable cutters. Again, as I've mentioned, the action is very smooth. And then you've got some special features like the seat belt cutter, and that comes with the oxygen wrench tool. I really like some of these specialty tools. The only thing is I wish, for my sake, that it was designed a little differently so I could take this off this tool and throw it on another one, but that's another story. And then also it's neat that it has this port for the gun cleaning brush, so all those things make this multi-tool just a little bit different and more unique. Some of the negative factors are, again, that these tools have to be smaller because of the way the pliers take up so much space. So the negatives, again, the tools are smaller, the implements cannot be as long or in some instances as useful here. Even though I don't really care for the wire stripper notch in there, I have been able to use it recently a little bit more, so it is disappointing that this one doesn't have that one. One of the other things is this tool is very, very heavy. It just seems to be a lot more bulkier to carry than some of the other multi-tools. You definitely seem to feel its weight. If you're one of the guys who carries the Surge, or lately I've been carrying the 300, I guess maybe now I won't feel the weight so much, but I know at first when I started carrying this, I was carrying the rebar, and the rebar is definitely so much lighter and also so much smaller. So this is definitely not a light multi-tool by any means, so take that into consideration. All right, so some final thoughts. I want to mention this case here. I've seen that several people have been selling this case actually for this multi-tool on eBay, and I think it's fascinating. I had some of these laying around, and I think they're trying to sell these for maybe $15. I probably should jump on the bandwagon as well. But I wanted to mention that this is actually a MOLLE sheath, and this is actually for the 40mm high explosive grenade pouch. So that's actually what that is. And you can get these at military surplus stores. Sometimes if you buy a whole bunch of these at once, you can buy these for about $3 to $5, maybe a little bit more now each, but they're not that expensive. So what's fascinating about this is because this tool is so wide, it actually doesn't seem to fall out the bottom. But anyway, that's just a side note for a MOLLE compatible sheath if you're interested. But this again has been a Leatherman OHT, very unique tool. Again, I love the smooth opening, but this tool may not be for everyone. It definitely has some very unique design, engineering designs, so you can choose if you decide to like this or not. All right, like, subscribe this video, and I'll see you in the next one.